Hi everybody. Don't you just hate it when you want to play your favorite retro video games, but when you turn on the console after putting in the cartridge, it starts messing up? Pixels scattered and glitches everywhere you look, to the point where it's just an unbearable mess and the game is pretty much unplayable. Sometimes the game may not launch at all and you may just have a blank screen altogether. You may think the game is broken and should be thrown away. However, I can assure you that is most of the time not the case. Instead, it's a simple issue many gamers run into. And today, I'm going to show you how to fix it. When such an event occurs, the most common cause is the game being dirty. In other words, the contact pins on the inside of the cartridge need to be cleaned. Cleaning the pins is not a risky, destructive, or time-consuming task. No disassembly of the cartridge is required. It's very easy and only requires two common household remedies. All you need are Q-tips and rubbing alcohol. You can most likely find these materials in your bathroom. However, rubbing alcohol, in all honesty, is just a preference. You can use any cleaning solution you have available. However, from my experience, rubbing alcohol does the best at getting all the garbage out while not potentially damaging the pins. My guinea pig for our demonstration today is Beetlejuice for the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, one thing I will add, some games on the back of the cartridge will say to not use alcohol or to use licensed cleaning devices. In fact, mine on the back here says do not clean with benzene, thinner, alcohol, or other such solvents. Now, this is a known lie. Alcohol is perfectly safe. This is simply a marketing gimmick to trick buyers into spending precious money on unneeded devices to increase profits for the manufacturer. So, without further ado, let's clean our game. First, you take your Q-tip and you dip it into the rubbing alcohol. Make sure you get it in there. And then when you take it out, kind of let it drip for a second. Let it soak into the Q-tip a little bit, let it dry, so that when you start cleaning it, you don't go overboard with the rubbing alcohol and then just straight up saturate the pins. So then, after you do that, go ahead and start scrubbing the pins of the game. Start scrubbing the pins in the end of the game that goes into your console. You want to make sure you do a good job. So go in all directions. Go side to side and up and down on both sides. Be sure to do this, I would say, for around 30 seconds. So I'm just going to take a second. Just make sure I get all the garbage out so that I have no problems next time when I want to play some Beetlejuice. One more swipe. Okay, so when you take out the Q-tip, if your Q-tip is absolutely filthy, then that means you did a pretty good job and you got a lot of garbage. If you take out the Q-tip and there's not much on it, you either didn't scrub long enough or hard enough, or the game just isn't that dirty. So, after you finish that, blow into the cartridge a little bit to maybe dry out some of the residue, if there's any, say, excess rubbing alcohol inside it, so that moisture doesn't get inside your system and potentially damage the components. Okay? Now, you can put all your materials aside and you can put the game in. You put the game in and you turn the system on. If the graphics come out clear and smooth, then congratulations, you're done. Now, if you put it in and you're still experiencing issues, then repeat the steps. Or, if the game starts glitching up again in the future, and let's say it starts working now, but later on it starts glitching up again, repeat the steps. This process applies to other cartridge-based consoles, such as the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Sega Genesis, Nintendo 64, and much more. If you do this process multiple times and you still are experiencing difficulties, like maybe let's say a blank screen, or in the case of the NES, a blinking red light, you may have to do further research, because then your situation could possibly lie deeper into the hardware of the console itself. I hope this tutorial was successful, or should I say helpful, and enjoyable. Happy gaming!